We got a piece of bubblegum here. I actually don't have any idea what this is or why it looks so pale on video. That's funny. It's actually a very bright pink. And I've had this material kind of sitting around for a while. Also, I apologize if the audio is hard to hear. I currently have the wind tunnel going because I've been thinking about dust a lot. And I got a fan going to my right, blowing air across for me to take the dust out. And I got another fan at the corner of the garage blowing air in, kind of like circulate it through, you know? But yeah, I've been holding on to this for a long time. Not sure what my intentions were with it, but I don't even, this is like the first time I've ever done anything to it. That's glossy. It's very glossy. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I decided that it's time. Where did I get the bubblegum from? Well, this was in the rocks of an old napper. He was retiring and moving away, so I got in on his stuff, and this was in there. And because of the color, I wanted to hold on to it because I didn't know if it was anything special. And to be honest, I still don't know if it's anything special. But it's been sitting for long enough. And it's so pretty. It really is so pretty. I wanted to make something out of it. What will that be? That's a great question. I haven't settled on something yet. And if you're a long-time watcher of me, that is so pretty. Wow. If you're a long-time watcher of me, you know that I don't usually often kind of designate what my plans are when I get started, because sometimes things will fail and then it's just going to kind of suck. It really worries me in there. I didn't even think about that being an issue. Well, we just went right through it, so I guess it's not much of an issue. This stuff flakes really easy. Like super duper duper easy. I think this is a rock. I genuinely don't know what this is or what it could be. Like, I don't think it's Burlington. I don't think. Could it be? Potentially, but I've never seen stuff this pink before. If any of y'all rock experts want to throw your 2 cents in on what this bubblegum piece could be, by all means, go right ahead. I would love to know. So we got to deal with this and this. We have 2 flat faces. So what do I want to do? Well, I don't want to work this side too much because in my mind, if this happens to be an issue, I want to preserve as much of this top stuff as possible. So that way, if I happen to run out or it happens to break along this fracture line, I have a little bit left over. So I have some insurance with it. At least that's the plan. Because I kind of want to deal with that first. I'm going to just lightly trim some of this off as well because, yeah, there's that little downward thing right in there. Which again is why I'm just trimming at this point. There's still a good bit more to mess with. Let's see. Eesh. I could have given that way more gas and I just didn't. I think I was just trying to be reserved. Because I didn't want to do that and take a whole bunch off of it. This stuff is so bizarre. Yeah, I want to deal with our seam here. This stuff genuinely feels like as brittle as obsidian, which is crazy because it's 100% a rock. My initial thought when I saw it actually was that it was like some kind of a cullet glass, you know, because of the color. Wasn't expecting it to be rock because I picked it up and I was looking at it more. It's got like little itty bitty fossils and stuff in it, so it is a rock. Oops. It's just a strange one. A really, really strange one. I'm so mad that the full pink color isn't coming through, because it is really, truly so pink. And it's just interesting how easily it flakes. Like, truly, it's just a tap and you tap it and you're off. You're off to the races. I'm trying to zigzag that ever so slightly, but then again, I'm trying to also be mindful again. Yeah, there we go. Pop that off, because that was something that I was thinking about. It looks like that crack doesn't continue in there, which is good. We like that. That seam, this whole seam will kind of direct how things go. I'm gonna do some investigating to see what that is looking like it'll do for us. Doesn't look like it's going to be too big of a problem, which is good. We like that. Maybe I can overshoot, knead off some of this edge just a bit. I'm gonna do that. Well, oh no, it did work. I thought I just blew up the platform. I was like, oh well, shoot. No, she went. Yeah, kind of went from there. Wanted to overshoot in there, kind of eat some of that off a little bit. Have a little thing right there, but that's not too bad to take care of, and it helped to smooth some of that out a good bit too. Yeah, this is something I could nap all day and not get fatigued at all. Ooh, come on now. Like I said, though, since it is as easy as obsidian, you kind of got to treat it just a little carefully, because it is cooperative. It's very cooperative, and the thing about obsidian and very cooperative rock is that they can be too cooperative, and you can get those overshoots like really, really easily. In fact, let's take care of some of that junk. I want to make sure that this spot right here is nice and abraded, because I want to see if I can shoot across and take a bunch of this off from right there. It's a little risky since it's like right in the middle, but you know, I'm not too worried about it. Kind of take some of that, you know, some of that crap off. How did that go on? Like that? Yeah. And just kind of scooped it over the top, takes it off. Nice. I'm hesitant to do it here as well, because it's a little disjointed in there. Yeah. So yeah, there we go. See, there's some more of that seam. This is, yeah, that's what we got to work around. I keep an eye on that guy. Take some of that off. I don't want to go too deep, because it looks like it heals. Like it heals itself up, and I'm wondering at what depth it's doing that at, because I can still take more off of this side. In fact, I should even this side out just a smidge. Sorry, I didn't mean to. That's something that I do. I always take my stuff off to the side. It's just kind of like where I naturally settle. That work. Nice. Yeah, we need to. That seam is our number one thing. You want to explore the seams and the cracks like first thing right away. See, that just shot right across it. So that's interesting. How? Yeah, that's pretty brittle in there. See, like that's trickery right there, because you'll think that it's nice and perfect, but then as it gets thinner, see, like this right here, if you were trying to take a really big flake off of this, like here down into there to try and flake some of this off, and I caught myself before I did it, you would have the chance of potentially popping this whole thing off. So what we're going to do is, instead of going from this big platform right here, we are going to pop it down just a little bit. We're going to blow it off. We don't need it. We don't need all too much of it. We don't want to work into here all too much. Remember, we want to test the waters with this guy. We could zigzag this just a smidge, kind of open ourselves up for some work. I need to just a little. There's one little tiny little copper burr on there that I was seeing. Pop that off. Can't try to. Oh, you stinker. There we go. Pop some of that off. I'm trimming this back a little bit because the center line's a bit too low. And again, I'm trying to work into this side because I want to know the extent of that crack. So let's actually take a nice big flake. Yeah, it's still kind of present in there. Certainly is. Very nice. Very nice, though. I'm wondering if I'm just going to have to make the point with that in mind, but I don't think I should. Like I said, it looks like it heals up a good bit. I definitely do not need a very aggressive abrading stone with this stuff. I'm going to work on the base since I'm kind of working on the tip a little too much. And if things are to go wrong from like end shock, that seam is where it's going to happen. So I might as well get that possibility out of the way sooner rather than later. And when I'm doing this, I'm being very careful. Oh, look at that flute. I'm being very, very careful. That looks fun down there. I'm squeezing the piece really, really tight because that level of like end shock where you're smacking it at the base, you don't want to just have it like loosey-goosey in your hand. You want to have it a little bit restrained so that the force that you're putting into it with the strike, you know, like your hand's going to move a bit, right? You want to lock it in so that force goes in there. And, you know, just as you get better, you'll be able to kind of better understand, you know, to what level of subtlety you need to grip your stuff. Usually it's better to grip it the whole time, but that can be exhausting for some folks, you know, grip strength and all. So, might not be possible, but I don't want to. I'm going to have to go from there to thin that up, but I want to be careful because I don't want to go too deep. Good enough. I'm just watching that tip. I'm watching it. It's like my damn cat. I'll tell you what. Sometimes he gets up to stuff. I got to watch him. He's just curious. See, there was a one that didn't go too well into there. Kind of splintered out. How about that one? I don't know, just kind of ran alongside it. Looks like there could be a potential crack in the tip too. Bugger. Yeah. Ha. Well, good thing I noticed that now. I'm so tempted to try and make like a mini Clovis point out of it, but I just don't think that there's enough here for me. I like to have a little bit more width, especially when it comes to like pressure flaking the surface, because width, you need to I like to prep one side before I do the other, right? So having that extra bit of width allows me to prep the one side, go back, prep the other, and then call her good. You don't have to do it that way, but you know, it's just it gives you a better chance of, you know, ending up with a finished point. Let's try this out. This might be interesting. No, I went through it. It looks like it's getting better. Again, trying to strategically manage that as best as we can. So there's some things you just can't fight. Certain things like that stuff in there. You just, there's nothing you can do about it, and it's the law of the West, as good old Patrick says. That was a fun one. You see that thing pop off? Oh, I want to do a Clovis so bad. Oh, do I be stupid? Oh. The siren call, boys. There are a couple things I still want to smooth out if that's the route I'm going to take, but again, like I said, I'm not in the most ideal position currently with what I'm doing, especially when it comes to the bottom. Okay, so preform wise, the bottom side's not bad. That's tolerable. I still want to run and do a quick pass of pressure flakes. And it does worry me because this crack could rear its ugly head, and we could lose it. But I haven't uploaded a fail video in a while, have I? So I mean, I guess I could show my humanity. If we want to be risky with it. Do we want to be risky? I might. I'm thinking about it. I really am thinking about it. Truly, I am. This preform is not the worst. I've fluted worse before. Consistency. Preform consistency. That's the big thing with Clovis points. If you have yourself a nice, consistent starting preform to flute, you're setting yourself up for success. Now, I want to do that with this. Oh, it worries me because it's so. Oh, it's such rare stuff, and I only have the one thing of it. But that's what makes the Clovis point out of it so alluring to me. I'm making something beautiful. Because I'm definitely going to hold on to this for myself. Unless I grenade it. Because I could see this stuff wanting to dive. Because here's a breakdown of the potential causes of death of this thing. First one is going to be our good old crack up here opens up. But even then, that won't kill it. That'll just shorten it substantially. But it's still not ideal. I'm thinking things over. I'm looking at stuff. I'm assessing the current setup that I'm setting myself up with. It was a bit thought heavy. Because with the Clovis points, you're juggling stuff. You're juggling a lot. Well, not a lot, but really easy to lose sight of the important stuff, especially when you got other issues to deal with. This rock is a smidge crumbly. Do I do it? Do I do it, boys? Man, oh man, you guys are gonna know the outcome before I do, so. Well, actually, that's not technically true. You guys are gonna know the outcome when you watch the video. I'll know the outcome at the end of the video because that's where I'll be, but is that crack in there? No? Okay. I'm trying to deal with this. God, this stuff pressure flakes so easy too. Again, it's like obsidian. It's so cooperative. Trying. It's just a little weird up there. I got some weirdness. I got weirdness I'm not a fan of. Again, I wish I had just a smidge more width on this thing. It's just not quite where I want it, but it'd be pretty. Right now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get this one face that I'm currently working, trying to get that as consistent as possible, while also trying to be mindful that I cannot narrow it down a whole lot. Because again, that's all that I got to work with, is all that. Give me a chance to clean some of this up though. It's just weird. It's a little weird. Usually I'm pretty good at getting a single flute. I mean, technically it's fluted, but I mean, shoot, you guys are here for the real flutes. See, this area here, I'm worried about it because I need to do that without, again, narrowing the width too much. So I need to focus. Take it, that's better. That's much better. Something with this side. Need to find a way to get through all of that and bring it down. But you gotta be careful. Again, I don't got very much. Yee! See, like that? Those little crushes. Ooh, me no likey that. Me no likey that at all. Ooh, yeah. Oh boy. This is getting real skinny real quick. Extremely skinny. Ooh, doggy. This might have to experience a change of plans now. At least there's a good chance, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to narrow that down enough to do this other side. Again, I gotta be careful. If I make a mistake, there's a chance I might not have the width to correct it. I'm already low on width, so low on width. Sorry if none of that was on camera. It's always hard for me to capture my pressure flaking on camera. It just is. Can we still do it? Can we still do it? I think we might. I do need a take. it's not set up in an exceptionally advantageous way. The second flute, if we do happen to see success and I don't blow it up, might be a bit messy. It will be a bit messy. So again, I don't got much. I don't got much at all. I think I just need to do one of them, see how it goes. But, you know, always scary. Always super scary. So for the platform, I almost want to do the other side first. Like, I think that's like just kind of what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to set up either both sides at once and then do them one after another. Which, you know, not ideal, but sometimes that's like the only option you got. And that's kind of the case for me right now. See, what worries me is that it's already really flat in there. See this hump? That's where stuff's gonna stop. This side's fine, because, I mean, down, come on now. So, this side should be fine up until maybe here, which I might be able to just get rid of here. It's much better. Might run into issues there. To bring in this just a little bit, I mean, it's going to get ground down. Which is why, like I said, I don't know about the second flute on it, but we just got to go for it. I think we'll be okay. I truthfully do. It's also me trying to not get into my own head with it. Should get those Clovis preforms. Mr. Flake Bender, I should get those out so I can set myself up for success with this. So I'm gonna need to prep the fluting platform. Where's the good one? There it is. So Mr. Flake Bender bends them flakes and does Folsoms. He sent me some unfluted stuff. So here's kind of an idea for placement. And he uses a jig instead of indirect. So yeah, there's some close-ups of that. That's how it's shaped. Like sometimes you can over-isolate, sometimes you can under-isolate. We currently need to move this center line up a bit, unless we want to do the bottom first, which I'm all for, because usually the second flutes end up being just a bit better. And I've already made that platform to the side a bit too far. Jeez. There's a depth-wise, it's kind of okay. It's a little high, but I kind of want to keep it high so that if we stop here at this potential low spot, it gets through the rest of this stuff, which I believe it should. I don't like the fact that it's off to the side, though, too. That bothers me just a smidge as well, because that could result in a crooked flute, and I don't want a crooked flute, but there's only so much that I can do. That is pretty crooked. That feels a little high to me. I know, like, instinctually, just feels high. I don't like it. I don't like how far it is off to the side. Can I shave it in just a little bit? No. Dang it. I shouldn't have done that. I rushed right into that. Totally set myself up for failure on that. But okay, that's fine. It's fine. Let's just work on a little bit. Take it down in the opposite direction a little bit. We definitely want that to be more centralized. We want to scooch that thing over a good bit. I'm going to get my... Yeesh. I was doing some real heavy stuff with that. Jeez, goodness gracious. Oh, God, bend back into shape. I'm going to... restore just a bit of a point to that. Okay. It's just such a fickle thing sometimes, because even having just like this slight turn right there, that can do weird stuff to your flute. That's why I say the preform is so important. I still think it might be just a smidge high. Yeah, this side definitely won't be pretty. But I think we'll be able to get something out of it, at least. Something at least. It's good enough. Just in my opinion, it's good enough. We'll have to see, though. In fact, I'm actually quite nervous about this. Because again, we have a lot of factors at play here that are at best. Sure, get my fresh copper rod out. I'll use the antler. I don't like it. I don't like it. I really don't. I really kind of sort of don't. And I want to make sure that it's square enough, because I think it's too much. I think this platform's too much, but we'll run with it. Did you go? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep. Stop right there. Okay. Good first flute. Very nice. Very good. To the second. What did I do with my palm pad? There it is. Can I put that flute platform back? Where did it go? It's lost. It's lost to time. Dang it. I should have held on to that. Okay, well, sweet. Okay. Okay. All right. This next side should be a little bit easier. Came together perfectly. Again, not the best way to set it up. And this tip, I'm not realizing this tip. Look at the tip of this. What the heck is going on there? That's that break. Ah, I knew it. Still turned out pretty darn alright. I struck the lower half of the flute platform. Try and preserve that. Which is fine. I swear I see stuff moving out of every single time I move my head a little bit. I swear I see something moving out there. Like a little critter. A little creature. Creature out there. Crikey. Esmeralda hasn't come to visit me in a hot minute. When she had her babies. Those of you who don't know, Esmeralda is the cat that shows up to say hi to me. We've been wrangling her for a while, seeing if I can entice her, seeing if she's friendly. She appears to be friendly, which is good. I'm gonna get the regular file out for this. By the way, if you want these pressure flakers, I did make a video on them. They are for sale. I do sell them. Jeez. Don't do this, by the way. This is bad for them. Make sure I really isolate this one. That should run nicely. That should run quite nicely, I think. Whoops. Same as the last one. Same dance, same deal. I need to get a new jig system set up because I want to try and do some other stuff. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I'm getting myself psyched out here. I can't be doing that. That's bad. It went. We'll take it. Good enough. Did a weird thing though. Alright, let's pressure flake that base out. She's the fine flaker that I had here before. It'd be pretty easy just to kind of take care of. Wait, well, that's not my palm pad. What am I doing? Whoa. It'd be pretty easy to sort of trim away that base, and then something that I like to do is I like to shoot some pressure flakes to kind of clean the base up just a little bit, calibrate it, and just slightly. Doesn't need anything to be too crazy, but just kind of some thinning flakes. Nothing nuts, nothing wild. I guess it would have helped if I would have shown it on the camera. This is looking good. Trim this in just a little bit. Kind of get rid of that weak edge, because remember we're going to take that and, as is customary with your Clovis points, you got to grind the base. Oh, some guys hate the fine flakery work on Clovis points. It's not as authentic. But what can I say? I like my fine flakery work. I'll make my stuff how I wanna. And this stuff really shows, like, every single tiny flake. Wow. Well, that's it. Grind her down. Side one. Side two. Would it be? What'd it do? There you go. Might trim just this just a little bit. In fact, I'm gonna do that right now because it sticks out just enough, just enough to make me scrunch my nose up a little bit. Like, yeah, clean it. Use that one. And this one a little bit too. Yeah, much better. Much better. Okay. Sweet. Yes, sirree. Look at that. Well, there we go. We got a reasonably thin. Real good one on this side. Really good one. That is quite the stopper, and it stopped exactly where I knew it was going to stop. This one I wussed out on. I will fully admit that I wussed out on it just a little bit, and I also made it a smidge too shallow. I could have gone into this. It would have stopped up here, but I could have gone into this section and smoothed it out. I mean, heck, it might even continue down into there. Actually, I can see it. Hold on. See? Can you not move around? This whole thing right there, it was going to start to dive down inwards, but it stopped. So here's some close-ups. Well, I finally made use of that dang old bubblegum rock. Made myself a nice Clovis while doing so. I'll take it. I will happily take it. Yes, I will. Awesome. Well, cool. Very nice. Yeah, like I said, if you're wanting those pressure flakers, I do have them for sale. Feel free to check out some of my other videos. I post all my points on Reddit and stuff too, so if you want to see me make those, you can find them there. Feel free to shoot me an email, comments, questions. Always happy to talk to y'all. Yeah. Sweet. Thank you for tuning into the video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.